Let's face it, lunch breaks in the modern office aren't exactly paragons of wellness. More often than not, they involve hovering over a keyboard with a sandwich in one hand and Slack pings in the other, or, if you're really committed to self-care, scrolling doom-laden headlines while housing a rice bowl in under 6 minutes. But there's a tiny window of opportunity hidden in the chaos, a 15-minute walk. Not a leisurely window shopping stroll, not a meditative forest bath, just a brisk, no-nonsense walk like you're trying to outpace your inbox. And surprisingly, that modest burst of movement could be one of the most powerful health interventions of your entire day. Here's why it works. The average office worker spends 8 to 10 hours a day seated, and the human body was not designed for that level of immobility. Sitting for long periods slows your metabolism, constricts blood vessels, weakens your glutes, hello, office chair booty, and, perhaps most concerning, dampens insulin sensitivity. This means that every time you sit for hours, especially after a carb-heavy lunch, your blood sugar can spike higher and stay elevated longer than it should. That's not just a temporary sugar rush. Over time, it adds up to increased risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic dysfunction. Enter the brisk walk. Just 15 minutes of moderate to fast-paced walking after lunch can significantly blunt the glucose spike that normally follows a meal. One study in Diabetologia found that short post-meal walks, especially after lunch or dinner, were even more effective at regulating blood sugar than one big walk done earlier in the day. It's like giving your metabolism a friendly nudge. Hey, time to get to work. And this doesn't have to be a scenic nature escape. You can loop around the parking lot, weave through hallways, or just march up and down a few city blocks. The key is consistency and pace. You want to walk briskly enough that you feel slightly warm, your breath deepens a little, and your mind is too focused on movement to spiral into another internal debate about what's for dinner. What's even better, this microdose of movement doesn't just regulate blood sugar, it wakes you up. Afternoon energy crashes are often blamed on food, but the real culprit is blood pooling in your legs and brain fog from immobility. Walking increases circulation, oxygenates your muscles and brain, and activates the sympathetic nervous system just enough to make you alert, but not wired. It's like a cup of coffee without the jittery side effects, or the caffeine-induced existential dread. There's also a psychological bonus. Walking gives you a short, clear boundary between work and rest. It mentally resets your focus, boosts mood via endorphin release, and helps diffuse the stress hormones that spike when we scroll through emails like we're disarming bombs. Walking after lunch is one of the few moments in the day where you're not consuming, producing, or reacting, you're just moving. That's metabolic gold. And don't underestimate how this habit scales. A daily 15-minute walk adds up to over 75 minutes of aerobic activity per work week, enough to move the needle on cardiovascular health. Over months and years, this consistent, small habit improves resting heart rate, blood pressure, triglyceride levels, and even telomere length. Yes, the literal caps on your DNA that measure aging. It's like a time-release supplement for longevity, except it doesn't come in a pill bottle, and it actually works. So next time the clock hits 12:30 and you're deciding whether to scroll or stroll, go for the walk. You'll return with better blood sugar, a healthier heart, and maybe even a slightly brighter outlook on that endless project timeline. In the war against sitting-related decay, a brisk lunch walk is the ultimate stealth weapon. Short, cheap, and annoyingly effective.